What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scale It Learning channel. And today we are rocking a hey, what's up, Praham? What's up, Mizzies, Carnivore, Rosa, Pratham, Rohan, Baran? What's up, guys? Sorry I'm a little bit late here, but we are going to get rolling right now. Whoops. Let's mute that real quick. I always like to check the audio once I get started. But we're going to start today with practice test numero 3. No calculator section here. And I think we got the audio sounds amazing. And, oops, I'm going to have to decline. My sister calling just now at the beginning of the stream. I'll have to hit her back. It's all good. It happens. Okay, here we go. We've got test number 3. Don't have a ton of time today to chit chat and dilly dally, so we're just gonna get right in the mix, zoom it into the right amount, and we got our timer set up. Now, if you're new, hey, what's up, Aditya? Now, what we're gonna do here is get out of here. Come on, why won't this thing go away? Go away. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through practice test number 3, no calculator section today, and oh boy, that's gonna be. Hope we don't keep getting text. We're gonna go through it timed, and usually I like to do it for the first time, but this time I have done it, of course, before. If you do know my channel, but I'm rolling through all the practice tests for the next 15 days now left. I think this is day 5 of 20. And we're rolling through right up to the day you take the test. Now, some of you guys, your tests have been, yes, I did do these, Pratham. So I'm redoing them, and I'm hoping this is a fresh look, because these are the most popular tests. These are the most commonly taken tests of all the tests. So that's why. I'm so glad it helps. And even if your test is canceled, I encourage you guys to keep preparing and keep going strong, because hopefully you will get to take it either in September, October, November, something like that. So let's do it. Without further ado, I'm going to start the timer at 25 minutes. This is the no calculator section. We're going to go full through it. I'm going to do my best to answer your questions at the end. Here we go. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. A painter will paint end walls with the same size and shape in a building using a specific brand of paint. The painter's fee can be calculated by the expression NKLH. NKLH, I always like to rewrite it, where N is number of walls, K is constant, and with units of dollars per square foot, and H is height. And L is length of each wall. Okay. If the customer asked the painter to use a more expensive brand of paint, which factors in the expression would change? It's going to be the, what's it called? It's going to be K, of course, right? That's height, that's length, that's the number of walls. Boom, done. Number 2. 3R equals 18. What is the value of 6R plus 3? So divide both sides by 3. R equals 6. Plug and chug. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 3 is 39. Boom, done. Numero 3. Which of the following is equal to a to the 2/3? So this is rational exponent to radical form. So that bottom number is the root, so I'm taking the cube root. And then the top number is the exponent, so it's cube root of a squared, which is this guy. Numero 4. The number of states that joined the United States between 1776 and 1849 is twice the number. Is twice the number of states that joined between 1850 and 1900. So if this is X, this is 2X. If 30 states joined between this and this, so this equals 30. And X states joined between, which we already solved for X, which of the following equations is true? So X equals 15, first of all. Just this one. I already set it up, right? Because I said X is 15, and this is 30, and X is between, yeah, it's perfect. That's what we said. Number 5. If 5 over x equals 15 over x plus 20, what's the value of x over 5? I'm not going to just flip this and flip that, right? We're going to cross multiply and solve for x. So we get 15x, right? That multiplies that. And then we do 5 times x plus 20. Don't forget to distribute. So it becomes 5x plus 100, right? Also multiplying 5 times 20. And I'm going to subtract 5x, and we get 10x equals 100. Divide by 10. X equals 10. What is x over 5? 10 over 5, which equals dos. Let's just make sure. Plug in 10 there. 5 over 10 is 1/2. Plug in 10 there. 15 over 30 is 1/2. And 10 over 5, 2. Boom, done. Make sure always to check the end of the question because it always gives you the key part you're trying to solve for. Number 6, if xy is a solution to the system of equations above, what's the value of x minus y? Now, we can do this one of two ways. We can set it up so we get x minus y, which is, hold on, is that even possible? X minus y negative. Yeah, okay, watch this. So there's we got lucky here. Now you can just solve for x and y individually, or I can negate that top one, negative 2x plus 3y equals 14. Keep the bottom one the same. Okay, now I'm going to combine these. Elimination is the name of the game. It's always my favorite. Now we're actually not going to eliminate one of the variables here. So this is a little atypical, but watch how nicely it's going to work out. 3x plus negative 2x is x. Negative 2y. Oh, it's not going to work out nicely. Darn it. It's going to be x plus y. All right, rewind. Let's back that up. So let's use our typical, wait, is there another way to do this? If I negate the bottom, it becomes negative x minus y. Nope. Okay, we're going to have to use our basic tools, which is elimination. So I'm going to multiply the top by 3, the bottom by negative 2. Top becomes 6x minus 9y equals negative 42. Don't forget that negative. Bottom becomes negative 6x plus 4y equals 12. Now we're going to combine. Boom. Negative 9y plus 4y is negative 5y equals negative 30, right? Negative 42 plus 12 divided by negative 5. And I get y equals 6. Plug it into either equation. 2x minus 6 times 3 is 18 equals negative 14. Add 18 to both sides. 2x equals 4. X equals 2. So 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Boom, done. Let's plug it in here just to make sure. 6 minus 12 is also negative 6. There we go. Number 7, the function f is defined by a polynomial. Some values of x and f of x are shown in the table above, which the following must be a factor of f of x. Anything that gives me a 0, so it's going to be x minus 4. That's just reading polynomials and factors, that subcategory. And that is a factor, right? If it's a factor, it means that, if you get a 0, it means x minus 4 is a factor. Because then if you plug in 4 and you factored x minus 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. The line y equals kx plus 4, where k is a constant, is graphed in the xy plane. If the line contains the point CD, where C, they're not equal, what is the slope of the line in terms of C and D? Got it. Okay. So y equals kx plus 4. Now I'm going to plug in C and D. So D is my y value. C is my x value, just typical plug and chug. And now I want to know what is the slope. Well, look, this is in slope-intercept form. K is my slope, aka isolate K. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And then to get rid of the C, we're going to divide by C. And there's my slope, K equals D minus 4 over C. Boom, done. Now we go to number 9. In the system of equations above, k is a constant, x and y are variables. For what value of k will the system of equations have no solution, aka when will these two be parallel? All right. How do I know when they're parallel? When they have the same slope. So let's get these into slope-intercept form is what I like to do. So I'm going to isolate on top, negative 3y equals negative kx. Subtract kx from both sides, plus 4. Divide by negative 3. Y equals k over 3x, right? Negatives and negatives cancel out. Minus 4/3. Now, the y-intercept doesn't matter as much, but we know the slope is k-thirds. What about here? And we want the slopes to be equal. Negative 5y equals subtract 4x from both sides, and then divide by negative 5. So here my slope is, negatives cancel out to positives, 4/5. So we want to know when will 4/5 equal that slope of k over 3. Cross, cross. 12 equals 5k, divide by 5, divide by 5. So when for k will be 12 over 5 for no solution, aka two parallel lines. Number 10, in the xy plane, the parabola with equation this intersects the line with equation that at 2 points A and B. What is the length of A and B? When these two things are intersecting, it's a line and an upwards facing parabola because it's positive A term 1. So to find the length of this, since this is just y equals 25, I need to find this x value and this x value, and the difference between the two is the length. All right. How do I find those intersection points? We can use substitution. Substitute 25 in for y, so I get 25 equals x minus 11 squared. Now solve for x. Square root, x minus 11. What's the square root of 25? It's plus or minus 5. Don't forget that. So first I have the negative 5 over here and the positive 5 over here. Add 11 to both sides, x equals 16. Add 11 to both sides, x equals 6. What's the distance between these two? 10. And let's just make sure. If I plug in 6, I get 25. If I plug in 16, I get 25. Those are both correct. Number 11. In the figure above, lines K, L, and M intersect at a point. If x plus y equals u plus w. Okay. Which of the following must be true? By the way, u and y equal each other because they're vertical angles. And if these equal each other, it means that x equals w, by the way. You see that? And we also know that x equals t because they're vertical, and w equals z. And z equals x because they both equal w. That's the transitive property. You don't need to know that, but you just need to know the logic of it. Z equals t because x equals t and x equals z. These guys are sort of out there. They're not connected to anything, and that's it. All right. X equals z. We've already proved that to be true. Y equals w. I don't see that. Z equals t. We've already proven that to be true. We know 1 and 3 are definitely true. So that's out because it doesn't include 3. This is a possibility. We're saying 2 is not true, but we just want to think about that. That's out, doesn't include 1. So it's either all of them, which I think is the right answer, and just 1 and 3. Now, let's make sure y does not equal w. So this is the only thing that we have with y is the starting thing here, right? And we know that y equals u. Now the issue is that I don't think I can connect y to anything other than u because I don't see u or y in these other equations. Like they're vertical angles and that's it. So I'm going to go with D. But that's a very hard question. Now let's go to number 12. In the quadratic equation above, a is a non-zero constant. The graph of the equation in the xy plane is a parabola with vertex CD. Okay. Zero constant, hold on. CD. Okay, got it. So I could do one of two things. I could FOIL this, find the C value of the vertex, which is negative b over 2a, and then plug that in to get my D value. Or I see that this is an intercept form. This is just a fun little trick. My intercepts are going to be at x equals 2 and x equals negative 4 because that zeroes that out, that 2 zeroes that out. The vertex is always right in the middle of these guys. So if that's at negative 4, that's at 2, the vertex is going to, it could be up or down. Let's just assume it's going up. The vertex is going to be right in the middle at negative 1, okay? Because that's right 3 away from that and that. So that means to get my D value, I just plug in negative 1 in there. So it's a negative 1 minus 2 times negative 1 plus 4. So that becomes a times negative 3. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. Multiply, we get negative 9a. Boom. Done. All right, we got 13 minutes left for about 8 problems. Okay, it was actually a hard one. So I'm going a little slower. So 24 blah, blah, blah equals this, where a is a constant. What is the value of a? Got it. So what I like to do in these cases, hold on, let me think about this for a second. We could either do a synthetic division or, hold on, let me think for a second. If I do synthetic division, I wonder if this will work. No, I'm not going to. Okay, this is the way I would normally do it, is I would get everything over a common denominator, then match up the terms. So I was going to try something else. I was going to be like, this is dividing that by that gets you that. Actually, that, you know what? I'm going to try it out. When I solved it before, I didn't do it like this. Let's go for it. Let's try something different. Divided by ax minus 2. Now, I know this first term is going to be negative 8x because that's what we get there. So I multiply and I get negative 8ax squared. Wait a minute. A has to be negative 3. Because this is supposed to cancel out, and then I get positive 16x. Okay? This is supposed to, when I negate it, positive, and negative, this should be negative 24x squared. You see what I'm saying? So a would have to be negative 3 for those to cancel out. And then you'll see we get 25x minus 16x is 9x. And then again, it makes sense that this is negative 3 because I'm trying to match it with the 9x. So again, I'd be multiplying by negative 3, which is what we see there anyways, which is right. You see what I'm saying? Negative 3 times ax should be this. It should match that. Negative 3x should equal that. So again, a equals negative 3. Ah, very interesting. So that was actually a superior way, in my opinion, to do that one than I did it before. Okay, what are the solutions to this? I can see from these answers, I'm probably going to need to use quadratic formula. So let's do that. First, I'm going to divide everything by 3. X squared plus 4x plus 2 equals 0. It's negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4. A is 1. C is 2 over 2a. 2 times 1 is 2. All right, then I get, that becomes 4 times, that's 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. 4 plus or minus square root of that over 2. We can simplify that to become 2 root 2, right? Because it's 2 times 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 1, 2 stays inside. Simplify, and then it becomes, divide both of these by 2, becomes negative 2 plus or minus rad 2. Done. And final one for the multiple choice. And we got to hustle now because we got 11 minutes left. The equation above shows how temperature F measured in degrees Fahrenheit relates to a temperature C measured in degrees Celsius. Based on the equation, which the following must be true? Okay. A temperature increase of 1 degree Fahrenheit is equivalent to 5/9 degrees Celsius. So what I would say here is, let's make a little chart here. Fahrenheit, Celsius. So 1 degree Fahrenheit is equivalent to, so first let's try 32 and then 33. So that's a 1 degree change. So let's see if Celsius goes up by 5/9 in that case. When 32 is 32 minus 32 is 0. 33 is 33 minus 32 is 1 times 5/9 is 5/9. Yes, that is true, an increase of 5/9. A temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius. So now the Celsius is going up. Let's come back to that because that's going to be harder. But I already know 1 is true. So that's out and that's out. I don't even have it to test 3 actually because 3 is not included. So never mind. We have to test 2. Okay, so temperature increase of 1.8 Celsius is equivalent to a temperature increase of 1.8 Fahrenheit. Oh, we just go backwards. So let's do 32 and 33.8, right? So 32 again would be 0. 33.8, that would be 1.8 times 5/9. 5 times 1.8 is 9 over 9, which is 1. And it would be. So 1.8 Fahrenheit is 1 degree increase Celsius. So 2 is also true, so it's D. All right, boom, done. Okay, hard one. So now we go on to 16. Now it should be easier for the time being. If x is greater than 0, what is one possible solution to the equation above? X is greater than 0. Okay. Okay, let me think for a second. Square root of 5. No, wait, what am I? Okay, let's FOIL, and then let's get everything over. So it's x to the 5th minus 5x cubed, and then let's add the 4x plus 4x to this side equals 0. Now let's factor out x. Get x squared, x to the 4th minus 5x squared plus 4 equals 0. Then I get x squared, it's just like factoring regular, right? And then I get minus 4 minus 1 because that multiplies to positive 4, adds to negative 5. So my two solutions are 2 and 1 would both zero this out in addition to 0, but it has to be greater than 0. So we'll just go with 2. 1 should also work. 17. If 7/9 x minus 4/9 x equals that. Okay, first of all, 7/9 and solve for x. 7/9 minus 4/9 is 3/9 x. Equals, what is this? This is really 1/4 is 3/12, right? 3/12 plus 5/12 is 8/12. This becomes 2/3. This becomes 1/3. I'll just put the x on top, right? Yes. Now let's cross multiply. I've got 6 equals 3x, x equals 2. And if I plug 2 in, let's see, that becomes 14/9 minus 8/9. 8/9, excuse me, is 6/9, which is 2/3. And we already said 8/12 is 2/3, so we're good to go. Number 18. Two isosceles triangles are shown above. If 180 minus z and y equals 75, plug and chug, right? Boom. 180 minus z equals 150. Therefore, z is 30. What is the value of x? Okay, this is an isosceles triangle, first of all. So these two angles are congruent. So if z is 30, these must be 150 divided by 2, which is 75, and 75, right? And x is sup to 75, which means x is 105. Excellent. Done. Number 19, at a lunch stand, each hamburger has 50 more calories than an order of fries, aka hamburgers equals 50 plus the calories in fries. Immediately, every time I'm reading a sentence, if I can turn it into an equation, I do it. I don't even care what the problem is asking ultimately, but that's a strategy that has worked really well for me because you get into that rhythm and you don't ask questions, you don't think, you just act. If two hamburgers, okay, again, two hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1,700 calories, how many calories does a hamburger have? Just make sure I didn't mess it up. 2 hamburgers, and H is the number of calories in a hamburger, F is the number of calories in French fries. 2 hamburgers, 3 orders of French fries. Okay, system of equations. We need to solve for H. Now, you know what? I'm going to use elimination. So I'm going to subtract F from both sides. H minus F equals 50. I much prefer elimination to substitution, but that's kind of a bit of a personal preference. And then now I need to find H. So what I want to do is I want to eliminate the F. So multiply everything by 3, and that becomes 150. Those cancel out. I get 5H equals 1,700 plus 150 is 1,850. Divided by 5. Fast mental trick for dividing by 5 is you divide by 10. You divide by 10, which becomes 185, and then you double it. 185 doubled is 370. Just to double check. 16, 17, 3. So 370 calories, and which means that an order of so that's our answer. Order of French fries would be 320. Now we're gonna double check. So 2 hamburgers is 740, and 3 orders of French fries is 960, and they add up to 1,700, just like we thought. Oops, don't circle that. All right, number 20, final question, and we're going to have to hustle. We got 4 minutes, 40 seconds. In triangle ABC, draw it out. Always, right? That's what I say. Always draw it out. B is 90. BC is 16. AC is 20. So hold on, BC. I'll say this is 16. AC is 20. By the way, if this is a 90-degree angle, this is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. This has to be 12 because 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 3, 4, 5. Triangle DEF. I'm running a little tight on time. I'm still going to draw it out. DEF is similar triangle ABC whose vertices are DEF correspond to ABC. So D is out here, E is out here, and F is out here, right? ABC, where DEF corresponds to, so D, C, C, D, A, E, B, F, C. D, A, E, B, F, C. Got it. DEF is, and each side of DEF is 1/3 the length of the corresponding side of triangle ABC. What is sine of F? Okay, here's the trick with this problem because I remember it. Now, I can put in all the side lengths. I can be like, oh, this is 20/3, this is 12/3, and this is 16/3. And then I can be like, sine of F is opposite over hypotenuse. I can do that. But what you got to recognize to make it a little easier is sine of F is the same as sine of C. If the two are similar, all the sides are proportionate. So it's a ratio of proportionate sides. It's the same. So I'm going to save myself some work and just take, instead of sine of F, take sine of C. It's 12/20, which reduces to 3/5. Boom, done. And we'll stop the clock. Okay, I got to grade this quickly because I got a new appointment starting in 4 minutes. So sorry, guys, we're a little pressed for time. Won't be able to take a ton of questions. But if you do leave questions in the comment section, I will respond to you before the SAT. I promise you. I'm a little bit behind, about 5 days behind, but I will get to them. I promise. Okay, let's check these and knock this out real quickly. Here we go. No calculator. Boom, boom. We got CDDB. CDDB. We've got 5, which is CCCA. CCCA. So far, so good. 9 is AABA. A. No! What? I circled the wrong thing! Darn it! I meant to circle B. I said it was 1 and 3 only. I don't know why I circled D. I wonder if you guys caught that. Okay, I have to mark that wrong because that was a mistake. But anyways, I think you saw the logic. So I said that 1, 2 is not true. I don't know why I circled that. My bad, guys. Okay, number 12 is A. 13 is BAD. BAD. And then we got 2. They said 1 or 2 works. We got 2 here. We got 105 here. We've got 370 here and 3/5. All right. So the thing is, look, you can make mistakes like that. I hope you learn from that. But another thing is I do always mention I'm finishing the test early and I'm just cashing it in. You shouldn't do that for that reason right there, to go back and check your answers, especially that was a hard one. So it's probably a good one to redo. Let's see if anybody, yes. Wait, did anybody, who called it out? Let me see. Which is the one that I got wrong? 11. Okay, guys, hit me up in the comment section. I gotta go because my next appointment starts in 2 minutes. But ask a specific question. Like if you have 15, like what about 15 is confusing? What about these other ones? And so on and so forth. So what's up, everybody? Thank you so much. If you did, Lucas, thank you. If you did like this video, please click that like button. Aditya, I'm so sorry I can't do 15. I gotta go. My next appointment starts literally in like 2 minutes. So I'm running a little bit late and I gotta jump to that. But just post a comment on this stream, on the video, and I'll answer the question as soon as I can get to it, but definitely before the SAT on Saturday. Thank you guys so much for joining. Again, if you haven't click subscribe. Last but not least, if you haven't checked out my math puzzles channel, check it out. Go to my main thing here and check out math puzzles. Check out math puzzles, Huzaifa. You can search for that and it'll pop up. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.